know that the whip got 2 doors. Wild card better than my first like Uno.
I normally skip when I'm in the bus, have it paused. I go drone free, and then go to any spot you want, or that you want to put in the montage for the cinematic at beginning. I normally slow it down to about 0.25 speed, and then I start it about right here, and then I'll just go up like this. Then I'll go up for as much time as I need in the montage. And then I slowly look down so it looks better. Okay, so that should be good. Oh, so for this I'll use the song. And we can take whichever one we want first. I'll probably use this one. And you want to disable resample, and if you stretch it all, take off maintain aspect ratio. It just makes it look cleaner. So then pick the spot where you start moving back. It's about right here. Crop the clip. Then up like this. Then I would take out the audio for the clip just in case you don't want any of that noise in there. So then you want to add velocity to this so you can speed up the timings of when the beat hits for the song. So at the beginning you want 1. You gotta drag that all the way up to the top. And then right next to it you make a normal one. So it should look like this at the beginning. Okay, so that's good. Then right on the next one I'm gonna add 1 more. So for this one you want to set normal to both of it. So it should look like that. You have the part where it speeds up, and then right next to it you have the normal where it goes back. So it should look something like that. And then right at the next one you don't want 3, so after 2 is good, and then for the third one it crops to the next clip, or the next cinematic. Okay, so then it should look like this. Then you can fade it out to the next clip, and all you need to do to fade it is you grab this right here and you can pull it to wherever you want. So you go to insert text, right up there. You can do whatever you want. Highlights. I'll do highlights 4, and then I'll set it to probably 12 text size. You want to change the font to Arial, and then make it bold. Scroll down a little bit, and you can see shadows. It makes it a little nicer. Turn that on right there, and then close that out. And then you want to end it right there where the next clip, the clip is. And what I do, it doesn't change that much, but if you go here, which is right here, to pan and crop, you can drag this to the end of the clip, which is right here, and then pull this out, and it zooms in a little bit as the cinematic happens. So you want to do that, and then for the effect on it, you want to go to the search bar right here, type in warp. This should pop up. You have to have sapphire effects for this. You have warp waves too. You add this. And I have a preset that you can copy for this. And probably change this to 1 so it looks like this. This is the preset. Okay, so then after you add that, You go to the next clip, do the same thing, put whatever you want in that, and you just repeat that process for 3 of them for the cinematics, and then you can move on to the next thing. And I'll show you what that looks like with the text and everything added. And then for the clip, for editing the clip, you want to have the beat drop, and what I normally do is I'll listen for the beat drop, which is right here, pause it on it, and then I hit M to mark it, so I know exactly where it is and I can line the clip up with it. And I'll take any clip that I need or that I want to use. So you take your clip, put it in, and then you find the beat drop. Again, you want to disable resample, maintain aspect. And then you find where you hit the pump shot. It should be around here, because you can see right here that there's a noise spike in it, so it should be right here. And if you want to get more accurate, you can zoom in, scroll wheel, and then you want to scroll right. I normally do it when I see the pellets appear, like that right there. And then you drag this part right onto the orange marker, and you drag the rest of the clip right into that. So it should line up with the bass drop or the beat drop.
You know that the whip got 2 doors.
Okay, so yeah, it does. It's perfect. And then I don't really want it to be that loud, so I'll change this to like probably 8, and it'll be quiet.
You know that the
Yeah, so that's better. And then for this last noise bar down here, what that's used for is a sound effect, like a whoosh sound effect, which I use. I'll get it. So I have this one right here, and I'll drag that. And a good spot for me is normally like right there, the loudest part. And I'll make that like about 5 maybe.
You know that the whip.
Yeah, so that sounds good to me. And then for the effects on the clip, I want to add velocity for this as well, so I can have it slow down at the end of the kill. So you go here, add that, and for this one, you click right on the middle part, or where you get the kill, you add a velocity. You set it to 200. I would say about 1, 2, 3, 4 frames over, you add another one, and set it to normal. You click back on the orange, you go 1, 2, 3 over, I would do, and set it to 50. So let's see how that would look. It might be too fast, so we can change it if we want.
You know that the whip got 2 doors.
Okay, so it's a little bit too fast because you see right here how it kind of moves
You know that
quickly after, so maybe we could just set this to, if this will work, we can set it to 150 maybe, and it'll be a little bit slower.
you know that the whip got.
So yeah, that looks...
You know that the whip got 2.
That looks pretty good, I would say. And then, so for the effects, you hit you hit S right on the clip, and it splits it in half. You see, you can do it anywhere. Hit S. You hit S and it'll split it in half, so it's 2 different clips. But you want to split it in half after you do the velocity, or else it's just really hard to do the velocity and it'll look weird. So you get, for the shake effect, you also have to have Sapphire plugins. So you grab the shake effect, put it on, and you have you load your preset. I'll show you mine. So this is the preset I use. You can copy it if you want. I'll just show all these. Just pause the video whenever you need. And then what you want to do for the clip is, so it doesn't shake too much,
You know that the whip got 2 doors. Wild card better than my first.
you want to do, you want to click this right here, and down here is the timestamp of the clip that you put the shake effect on. So this right here is where you wanna drag it all the way to the end of this right here. Have your clip however long you want.
You know that the whip got 2 doors. You know that the whip got 2 doors.
So that's probably good. And then you wanna come right here and you wanna drag this to the end right here, which is putting it to the end. And you wanna make this 0. So the shake effect will fade away from when you get the kill.
You know that the whip got 2 doors.
And it should look like that. That looks pretty good, and if you like that, then you can keep it like that, but if you want to add a little more effects, then you go to Gaussian blur. You can click soften, drag that on, and then it's super easy. For this, all you have to do is, you have to click these two. I normally change it to about 7 right here. Instead of 2, it's a lot more. And then you go to 1 second, which I like to do, and then you drag it to 0. So it adds a little bit of blur to it. It looks better.
You know that the whip got 2 doors. Wild card better.
So that looks pretty good. And then, if you want, you can even add some brightness to it when you get the kill. I don't normally do that, but it looks pretty good if you like it. I'd set it to 1. I would say that's bright enough. And then go to 1 second on the timestamp for brightness. And then you set it back to 0, like that. And then it'll add a little bit of brightness to it.
You know that the whip got 2 doors.
And it fades away right away after you get the kill. So that's for editing that. And if you want to change the sound a little bit, you hit Control U on both split clips. Drag this. If you want, you can make it fade in, make it sound better. This is what I normally do. And then if you hear, you can hear my friend in the background.
That the whip got 2 doors.
So I can take that part out by just dragging that off and making it fade like that.
You know that the whip got 2 doors.
And then you can't hear it
You know that the whip got 2 doors.
that well. It sounds better. So that's for editing the clips. And then for the end part, I'll show you right here. Okay, so obviously your video is going to be longer than this, but this is just demonstrating on how to do it for one clip so you can add it to all the others. So you can literally get any clip. I would take probably the one where you're by grass or something near grass. So this clip is good right here. Drag that in. It'll just look better for this, for what I'm doing right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a blur for the outro and some text. So it says like thanks for watching or whatever you want it to say. So you hit Control U to disconnect these two clips, delete the audio so you don't hear anything. You go back to the Gaussian blur, which is right here. You can also search it up right here, whatever effect you want. So you go to Gaussian blur, you get the soften effect, apply it, and then for this you don't need to open these two, so don't worry about that. And just drag it to whenever it looks blurred enough. So right there is probably good for me. You want to make sure it's the same or else, because if it's like this, it'll look weird. So did I have it on? I had it on around here. say that's good. Right about there. The same. So let's see.
Wild card better than my first.
And I can still hear it, or I can still see the a little bit of the clip. So I'm just gonna drag my audio down because I don't need the whole part. And I'm gonna make it fade right here since it's the end. But if you want to go through the whole song, that's obviously what you can do. But you want to make the end clip fade into this one, so you can
To those wild card better than my.
that's probably too quick of a fade. So you can make one clip fade into the outro.
Got to those wild card better than my first like.
So I'll make that a little bit longer. I'm gonna make the outro clip pretty long, so I'd say
Wild card better than my first like no.
that's probably good. And then you want to make this also fade out as well. The outro clip, make it fade out like this. And then you also want to add text here to the outro clip. So you go to insert text, and then I'll normally just put thanks for watching. Make it 12, make it bold, and then you want to make the text font Arial. Same thing you did with the cinematic text, except for this one. What I normally do is I'll drag this to the top, right there, and then also again you want to get search up warp, get the warp waves effect, and then load your preset. Get the text edit, change it from 8 to 1, or if you already done that, then it's probably you want to keep it like that. So for me, I don't start it at the beginning of the clip. It just doesn't look that good to me. I want to make sure it fades out before the clip starts and ends. So like,
Wild card better than my first like no.
so it should look.
Wild card better than my first like no.
So you can make the outro as long as you want. That's probably a little bit too short, but it's okay. You want to make it however long you want, and that's the main idea of how to edit a video. You just, with these clips, you want to repeat that over and over again.
You know that.
Repeat the effects process on other clips all the way throughout the video. So that's basically how to edit like Numby and Mongraal's editors and all them. So if you want, you can copy my render settings. So go to render as, and then right here I have it as 60 frames and 1440p, so it looks better uploaded to YouTube. So, before you will do this render, if you hit Shift M, it'll bring up a pre-render. You want to pre-render your video, so it doesn't freeze when you render it.